in this programming session, I'm going to do something that I've been thinking about for a while. I'm going to start creating blog software from scratch that's reusable in a library. So I already have on my personal blog or my personal website a blog, but it's super bare bones. And what we're going to do is take that existing code. Actually, I can pull it up and show you. I can show you this blog that I have. I only have a single post, but it works. And as we'll see at the end of this video, I'm going to make sure it works in an RSS feed reader, or Atom in this case. Yeah. So to start, the way we're going to do this is create a completely new repository on GitHub and name it fuzz_blog. So I already have these other fuzz repos. And what we're going to do is just add one additional library to the mix. So to start, I'm going to go to fuzz template, which is my reusable template that I like to use. I'm going to create a new repository and name it fuzz_blog. So description is like blogging from scratch in SvelteKit. Okay. We might change that in the future, but I just came up with it right now, so it might change. Likely will change. So fuzz_blog, we can hit create. You're actually going to get to see me configure my repos. So I kind of, when I create a new repository, oh, it redirected me. Thanks, GitHub. I'm going to uncheck wikis. I'm going to keep issues, keep sponsorships. I'll edit a funding link in later. Preserve, sure. Discussions, yes. I think the fuzz blog should have discussions, no projects. I don't like merge commits. I always do squash merging. I like to use the pull request title only in the commit message. And I allow, what about this one? Add all commits from the head branch to the base branch individually. Nah, I don't think I include that by default. Actually, we can just double check. I'm actually curious about that one. I can't think about it right now in terms of like what that really means. Pretty sure I do not do rebase merging. No, so I don't. Add all commits from the head branch onto the base branch individually. Oh no, that's, no. I rebase like in my own process. So I configure Git to always pull to rebase. This is something on GitHub that was confusing me. Automatically delete head branches, sure. And now one last thing we need to do is configure some branch protections. So actually always suggest updating as well. Okay, so that looks good. We're now going to go to the branches, add a branch rule set. So I don't know the new one. I'm not going to go explore this right now. I'm just going to add the old version of this. I'm interested, but not today. I want to require status checks, require it to be up and to be up to date, and then also require linear history. I'm not going to allow force pushes, and then just create this branch. Okay. So branch protection rule, I mean, not a branch. Okay, so we now have fuzz blog, and so we can go over to my terminal and back to the dev directory, and we're going to say git clone git at fuzz blog. Okay, and then we will open it up. So fuzz blog, and here we are. So this is the repo that I just created. I'll make sure I try to remember to zoom in all the time so you can read it on the YouTube. And so we can first just npm install and then run it, and we should see it on localhost. All right, so this is just the template on localhost. You can see that it just has stuff to prove that it's not broken. So we are now going to open up my second project. So we're going to open up, I'm going to make sure I keep this terminal on this side, my personal website project. So going to make sure that I'm on the latest, which I am now. I'm going to install, which changed some packages. Okay, so I'm also going to update. Actually, I won't update software. Don't want to add that to the mix right now. So what we're going to do is extract that what you saw earlier on my personal website. We're going to extract all that blog software, all the kind of machinery that makes that happen, which isn't that much. We're going to extract that into Fuzzblog, and then we're going to publish Fuzzblog as a new library, and then we're going to use that library at my personal website. Before I forget, because I just thought about this, we're going to have to publish a package. So we're going to install svelte.js/svelte package, or is it just svelte-package? Let's try svelte-package. Actually, I can see, let me just open up a test or a different repo just so I can verify I'm installing the right thing. I probably could have just tried it, but it's whatever. So here, what I'm looking for is svelte-package, package. Okay, I did misspell it. So it's svelte.js/package is all. So I don't create new repos all the time, so I normally don't see that. So I almost had it right. That would have been confusing. Okay. Oh, and actually it's the dev dependency. So like this. Could have also put the -d at the end. All right, so we now have Svelte package installed. And so what that's going to be, we're going to need a lib directory in Fuzzblog. And we're also just going to remove, I think, all of this. So like, we're just going to say blog software from scratch with SvelteKit. And it's called Fuzzblog. So we're actually going to just find replace every place I have fuzz template. We're going to call it Fuzzblog. So that can just find replace in the entire template. I'm going to make a task that you can just run a script to update to like a new name. But for now, I just have to do some find replace. So now instead of template.fuzz.dev, we're going to have blog.fuzz.dev. So what we're going to take a look at then, that updated the C name right here. So this file in our static directory, this is going to say, hey, on the web, you should be able to go to blog.fuzz.dev and access this website. So that's where it's going to be published. So to do that on the web, I'm going to hop over to Namecheap where I own this domain, and we're going to add and just copy these existing records. So I need a CNAME record for blog, just like up here. I can just kind of copy that down and add it. So if I refresh the page, I should see now my DNS record for blog is now configured in the same way we have code and GitOps and Mastodon, etc. I have some other VODs. By the way, I didn't introduce, but this is a VODs channel, raw programming. That's what you get here. I have another main channel, webdevladder_ or with no underscore VODs, no underscore, just at webdevladder. That's the main channel. If you want to follow along, you can also leave YouTube comments. I try to answer all of them. All the good ones. And also find the Discord if you're interested in that. So we now have our DNS configured, which means when we get ready to publish through GitHub, the DNS should be ready to go for us. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete everything here. I'm going to delete everything. I'm not going to, I'll keep the license. So actually I'm going to say license, and then I'm going to add a license to this. I need to remember. So we're going to link the MIT license to this. So actually, I'm going to reopen that fuzz repo again and just copy over that license file because it's just the exact same in every project that I have. So we have a license now, like that. Okay, all done. And actually, let's just add that first. So I added the very first file. You can see it staged right now. These are unstaged. So I'm going to say git commit-m MIT. And that will, if we go to Fuzzblog on GitHub, we should now see a new commit, MIT. It's right here. That license is here. And now GitHub actually inferred, look, we have the MIT license, meaning you can do whatever you want with this software, pretty much. I mean, attribution or whatever, but not a big deal. So our license is in here. Now we have the website being linked. We have this little icon here, this glyph. I will just hop over to one of my websites, delp.dev/emoji, and we're going to just pick out a glyph really fast to represent a blog. I might change this, likely change this in the future, but what's a good symbol for a blog? What's a good symbol for a blog? Let's see. How about a pen? Magic wand we use for GitOps. Maybe a pen. I might not have a pen in here, so I didn't see one, so I'm going to Google. Here's that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't see a pen here. So I'm just going to Google pen emoji. Yeah, that seems fine. So we're going to use a pen. Not writing hand, just a pen. So we're going to replace this glyph that's a snowflake that I used for the template, because every template is a snowflake, I suppose. And now it's a pen. So I now have some very sort of basics replaced in this project to get it ready to, yeah, we can just keep the about page as it is. Every time we see fuzz template though, there might be a few other places to update really fast. We have fuzz block there. Here we also have fuzz block. So maybe I'm fine. Do I have a title? I don't have, I need to add titles to my pages. I'm going to add that as a to-do. I don't think oh, I do. Okay, so Ryan, okay. So we have fuzz block. I'm going to remove this. I don't like having, I think this just reads clearer in the title. So we now have kind of the basics. We're going to just delete this file because it's not needed. This was just a test to demonstrate that things work. Going to remove all this stuff, not needed. Remove this as well. And we're getting close to being able to just push up some code. So just leave that like that. Look at our layout. How are we looking? So that's fine. That's just some context menu stuff. I'll just leave it. Positioned is deleted. Settings can stay. Okay. So I think that is about everything for freshening this up, getting it ready to go as a the description. So I'm just going to copy paste so I don't mess it up. Did I say that twice? No, I kind of had a slight difference in the main page. So let's go over to the main page and so let's just say block quote with this. And then the README is good. So blot software from scratch. Oh, so actually what I was thinking of over on GitHub, yeah, blog software from scratch. There we go, not blogging from scratch. And actually I'm gonna change these, another little initial setup. Releases, sure. I don't use GitHub releases yet, but I should. I just use a changelog. So this will just have a changelog like all my other projects for now. Future of Odd, I will add releases probably through GitHub. It's just more work. I just use changelogs and I'm fine with that, but releases are super convenient because you can click it here and see the actual information too. That's a little bit more user-friendly than the changelog. So I don't need to go there. So just so used to clicking the notifications because I've been following the Svelte development recently. With 5 coming out, it's been fun to follow along. So you can see like it points back to where I generated this file. We are getting close. So I'm going to go ahead and actually push this up. We can just say git commit am to, and we're just going to say blog.fuzz.dev. One last thing, actually, we're going to kind of solve. Okay, this is actually correct already. The logo is just like an SVG of a pixelated spider that we will get to later. Description. Oh, I screwed that up. Okay, so description's back in there. Same descriptions here. So actually, we should see that in 3 places now. Yep. Okay. Oh, and then I put in the logo alt. You might have seen me make a mistake. So here we want to say what did I? Yeah. Here, let me just undo. Go back to, yeah, I accidentally did the logo alt instead of the description for some reason. Okay. So I think we're ready to commit that. Oh, whoa. No, I think yeah, okay. I accidentally did a find replace. So I didn't push it up, right? I don't think I did. No. So I'm going to reset. Yeah. Basically what I just did was I formatted the package lock.json because I found replaced some stuff in there because I changed the project name, which then changed the lock file and then Prettier formatted it, which caused the entire thing to churn. Don't want to start off a project with 4,000 lines of churn. Just not a good vibe. So we now have this and we can hit just deploy. We now have that up on GitHub. We can go see refresh. We now see this blog.fuzz.dev commit everywhere. If we go look at our static CNAME, we see it in here as well. So now we have the blog. Basically, it's a website that should be able to be deployed. So actually deploy it, we go to our settings, pages, deploy from a branch, choose that branch, deploy, hit save. And then it's going to, this is going to show up in a bit. It's going to check our DNS, and then it has to create a certificate. So we will just kind of remember to come back to this. And actually, let's open up a new branch. So, oops, I changed something here. Oh, yeah. So because this is going to be a package, so let's just do generate. That's fine, or gen. Sync. Actually, it's called sync. Okay, so this is like, don't worry about it for now. We'll come back to this. Basically, we just did a placeholder for the library, and it had to generate some stuff in there because I have it automatically generate my exports, so I don't have to manage them myself. Everything in lib in my projects gets exported currently. You get to just import whatever I publish, internals and all, which makes my semver bump constantly, but that's how it is. It's super convenient. I will change it eventually, probably have like an internal directory that doesn't get published, but for now, I love automating everything, keeps everything super smooth and fast. I just, if I have to do manual steps, I start thinking automatically about how to automate it. No pun intended. Okay, so we are now going to open up a new branch. So let's just call it init, because we're going to initialize the software that we're doing. And now we want to say grow change set init. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to run grow change set. It might need to. Okay, so we're going to do a minor version init. Okay, cool. So if we look at that file, it just created a change set, which is going to bump our minor because we're currently on 0. This will bump this middle number saying it's a breaking change. I like to publish 0.1 when it's actually ready. So if you see a 0.0 from me, that means don't even try to use it. It's not really published yet. So we now have our change set. We can push that up and get it on the branch. And so we're going to go back to GitHub. See, when we refresh, it's probably going to say, oh, hey, that was fast. That's faster than it used to be. I don't remember ever seeing it work that fast, but it created our HTTPS certificate. So if we actually, I can use our GitHub pages on the website here, hit save, and now our website shows up here. So yep, there we go. Look, we have a hello world, right? Blog software from scratch with SpellKit. So I'll make sure I zoom. And this is our deployed website. We just I just walked through the whole kind of task of getting up a fresh website on a real domain. So it's blog.fuzz.dev. Sorry, that's super small. I should probably figure out how to, or I'm sure it's pretty easy, but scaling my UI so it's bigger on the videos. But usually we don't have to pay attention to address bars and stuff like that. Okay, so I just pulled this. I could have clicked that, but anyway, we are going to say init, just init, because basically the project is not anything yet. All it is a placeholder. We now initted the change sets, so that's what this stuff is. This is change sets that GitHub publishes to manage changes. That will automatically bump our change log and stuff, or create our change log. So when we're ready to publish, that's what this is all for. So yeah, and by running grow change set, I installed this automatically. So this is just something I do with my projects. I automate a bunch of stuff. So I have a task in grow, which I'll talk about in a different video if you don't know what it is. It initialized this dependency, and then we'll use that dependency to actually publish our project and generate our changelog and stuff. So we are looking good. We already got our website up, so we know our DNS is working correctly. We have a kind of skeleton project ready to go. And so next, I would say, let's go look at my blog. So this is where the existing software is. So what we're going to do here is actually, so we're on the latest, we're going to open up a new branch. We're going to say extract blog, extract fuzz blog. So this is going to be definitely anything that says like blog or feed probably no longer belongs here. So what I'm going to do is go slowly, because we're going to put you to this side and you to this side. I'm going to move some files. So I'm going to move these blog files first and delete them on this end. So I just deleted them in my personal blog. I'm going to push these changes up and then open up my blog repo, and we're going to create a pull request. So we're going to say extract fuzz blog. So here, we're just going to mostly see deletions, as we will then import these modules from fuzz blog. So I think this will be a fairly straightforward thing. I've been thinking about it for a while, but I haven't actually planned any details because I don't know what I'm getting into really, because I do some SvelteKit stuff that maybe I'll run into issues with. I don't know. So you can see it's saying I can't find node fs. So I think I need to install the node type. So npm I at types/node will be, shit. npm I-d is what I meant. npm I-d. Okay, not a problem, but you get to hear me curse, I guess. Channel's not for kids. If you're a kid, YouTube says don't be a kid on this channel. All right, so node, you can be whatever you want, but there might be cursing that happens, not by intent, but I'm not going to edit these videos for the most part. If I have to edit a video, I will, but generally speaking, these will not be edited videos. So blog files are now here. We installed the types for node, which means our node error went away here. This is probably an ESLint error. So I'm just going to restart ESLint. ESLint's been a little bit on the fritz since upgrading to version 8, and maybe TypeScript ESLint 9 or whatever it is. It's also causing problems. So the feed file as well, we can just go ahead and copy over. Anything in lib is suspect. Basically, my blog does not have an actual library, so none of this actually makes sense. The favicon 2, let's full screen this. It's too small. So the favicon we use only inside of some of our layouts. We're actually just going to move this favicon component over to our routes. Okay, and let's see if it was smart enough to fix our routes correctly. So favicon to routes. This one did it right. Favicon to routes. Yep, cool. Yep, cool. All right, it was smart. All right, so we have a change here that is a nice little thing. Basically, like by the end of this repo, or by the end of this pull request, let's make a note about this. So try to remove all of $lib. Okay, so because this is not a library. This GitOps task though, I will probably keep this for reasons that I won't get into now. This should probably just live in the routes directory. I just don't want to run routes or source routes /GitOps. I could configure. Anyway, I added some features another time. So this will not happen. I'm going to undo this. So let's just say like use, import at me/fuzz_blog. So by the end of this, we're going to import a totally new npm package. We'll see it on npm. I'll try to make sure I remember to demonstrate everything that's happening so you can actually follow along. Okay, so far I have I just moved some files. You can see like even though it changed all these files, it was actually only 4 insertions, 4 deletions, because it moved this file and then changed 4 imports. So super simple. This post task is, I'm saying create a new blog post. So my guess is that there might be some path stuff to figure out, but basically this will be moved over to fuzzblog, but we will actually keep it here. But what we're going to do is say, because this seems like a nice task to be able to have, we're going to say export star from @RyanATKN/fuzzblog/post.task.js. So thank you GitHub pilot, Git Copilot. GitHub Copilot for almost getting it right. Or did it get it right? I think it did. Yeah, good job. So post.task, it kind of knew, I guess, what file I was in. That's neat. So this will be it's currently unpublished, so we won't pass CI until this is actually ready. So back to the terminal, gonna add this change. So now you can just see on GitHub, this post.task file just changed to an export of the same file, because that's how I compose tasks. If you want to re-export a task, that means I can run grow post locally, and it will get all tasks right inside the lib. I could also do grow source routes post or GitOps if I move it there, but I would have to configure paths, and it's just outside the scope of what we're doing today. I'll try to remember that. Actually, follow-up, perfect thing for follow-up. So inside my PR body, I can say follow-ups, and I can say configure routes in grow for paths and move gitops.task.ts. Okay. All right. So that will be what we do. Okay, template doesn't need to be open. Blog software. This is our deployed version, so we'll make sure we don't confuse that with the local host over in Chrome. And so I've made some changes here. I continue to add files over here. Let's go ahead and push up these files, even though they're full of errors. That's fine. Let's pull you over here. The pages, we're totally done. This is HTTPS, we're good. So the next thing we can do is finish up moving files over from here. So we said feeds definitely don't belong here. So feeds can move over to the blog. So you notice our first Svelte component. The blog, Fuzz blog, is going to both use Svelte as well as SvelteKit for some of this machinery to get posts rendered and stuff pre-rendered. And then we will also have some Svelte components that make things really convenient to use. So like, I think I have like a post. I think there's some stuff in the, blog post. This stuff probably belongs in, so some of it needs to be configurable, but these as well, most likely. So let's make a note of that. To do is like move blog post components. Okay, so those probably belong, but I want to just kind of look at them a little bit more once we get a hello world going. I don't think we need them for the hello world, or do we? Yeah, I'm not sure right now, actually. So what I'm looking here is on the left side here is the routes directory for /blog, which is where everything we should have to deal with is. So nothing else should really be mattering. We can go ahead and finish moving our lib directory stuff over. So feed item and a feed definitely belong. Oh, I already moved them. So we can just delete, right? So I added them. We can just delete them from my blog. Hash link is a reusable component I have. That seems also, we will also move that. That's more like a something for fuzz probably, but we can just add a to-do. To-do maybe move to fuzz. I'm not going to worry about an extra repo today. It would be easy to do, but not if I want to like document it and stuff. So we're just going to do that. Delete hash link out of here. We have our post task re-exported, and then we have format date and to path name. These both seem like utils that belong in the blog. So we just did everything. We basically removed all the files we didn't need. We have this post task, which we want to keep. We might move both of these over to routes once we reconfigure stuff. Not going to worry about that now. That way it's not confusing. Like RyanATKN.com does not have a lib, so it is confusing to me to put these tasks in the lib directory. So we can go ahead and look at all our beautiful red errors that we're going to have to deal with. Let's go ahead and just commit all of our changes because we know we're good. We deleted a bunch of files over there. We added those files over here. So now we are synced up to GitHub. I don't think I lost anything in the process. Notice date functions gets imported. So we're actually going to install as a regular dependency date functions. I say regular. No, let's do as the dev dependency, and then we're going to add as a peer dependency. So let's go over to here. We added this dev dependency. We're going to add peer dependencies here as well. And then hit npm I again. Okay. So the idea is that, yeah, we can say greater of 3. So, okay. So our peer dependencies, those will be installed automatically in any project that uses Fuzzblog. And this lets them sort of like more cleanly define their own dependency versions, I believe. It's fine. There might be a better way to do that. If you know a better way, comments or Discord are great. So next, what we're going to do is think about probably these files. I probably should go ahead, because what we're going to do is get fuzzblog working. So actually, I'm going to copy. I'm just going to hit copy of that whole directory and paste over here. So obviously, this is not ready. Hello fuzzblog, and the slug can be hello fuzzblog. Okay, date published. I need to automate this. I don't think that's automated. Can I like go into Node and just say date, new date? Yeah, let's just do this. I think this is like super. Oh, if I create a new one, I could run the task. If I want to do that, nah, I'm just gonna do the simple thing. I don't want to. I could like run grow post. I'm not sure if it works on the initial post. It probably should. Yeah, see how like it templates out this thing. Let's do it. Let's actually first, before we do that, we're gonna I'm going to commit these changes so we can actually see a difference. So I'm going to add just like all these files. Almost certainly this stuff here, I think these components belong in the lib. So we're going to just move those up. All right. Notice how this is just a generated, so we can delete that. We can delete that as well. Let's just see what happens. So I think I'm about ready to, yeah, this stuff. So this is fuzzblog's blog. The ID for this blog. So this is where each repo who uses fuzzblog, and we'll document this another time. I'm not going to document this because I'm still shaking everything out. But basically this idea is that fuzzblog requires you in your own blog directory to add this blog thing, and then we'll use it elsewhere. So I'm just going to kind of update some of these things. Author, okay, so actually some of this is correct, but we can say like fuzzblog.fuzz.dev, and then we can say the same description here, say blog software from scratch with SvelteKit, fuzz's blog favicon blog. Okay, we just need to update this as well. So blog.fuzz.dev/blog/feed. Okay, all right. I think that mostly looks correct. Extract to fuzz.config, maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll have like a blog key that you can add to your thing and just get blog stuff much more easily. I don't know, maybe, question mark. Let's add a question mark over here as well. This is over in my personal blog. Okay, and then feed is generated. So we can actually just delete that because we don't need it. We don't care about seeing it change. And then Mastodon fake data cache is like, for the Mastodon comments, I'm gonna delete that because we will not, that's outside the scope of this. We will, so part of Fuzzblog will add Mastodon comments pretty easily. I'm not exactly sure what that looks like. It's probably just going to be totally opt-in. So you might have to just add your own component. Fuzz Mastodon has other VODs on this channel. I've already made a couple, so check that out if you're interested in Mastodon and creating client software that uses the Mastodon API and renders those components in Svelte, renders that data in Svelte. So we're down to 3 files, right? We have this favicon that's trying to import and page links that's trying to import. So let's go see what those are. So we know what the favicon is. Let's go ahead and we don't need the favicon actually. We need, let's use fuzzling. So this is just something as a placeholder. The same icon that we use for the template. We'll add a real Fuzzblog icon. So /fuzz/fuzzling, I think that's it. We'll add a real icon. Maybe just a colored version of the fuzz one. I didn't prep that and I don't need to. Actually, wait. I think we can do spider and then say spider fill equals what? Fill equals, let's choose a color. So over to Moss, which is my CSS library. Here's my colors. So what's a good color I haven't used yet? So actually let's go to fuzz.dev. We have template, GitOps code, Mastodon. So what colors are these? So we have this one's, the template is orange. That's blue, that's pink, and this is purple. So blue, pink, purple are all taken. Blue, pink, purple, and then fuzz itself is brown. Fuzz, pink, purple, brown are taken. Green, right? It's like evergreen because it's a blog. Or yellow sunshine. What do you think? Green or yellow? Both of those sound kind of nice. A blog. You're like planting seeds, so you need sunshine, but you also are planting plants, which are green. So, let's use sunshine. I like that. So we're going to use this color right here for the fill. Let's see if this works like I think it does. I might need to, it's not going to work right away because I have all these broken imports. Okay, so page links. I don't know what page links are. Let's go back. We can close Moss out. Over to my personal website, page links. What are those? Oh, this is just for my personal blog. Don't need that. So gone. That's just for additional links. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm very broken in terms of type checking. So let's restart the type checker and see what it's telling us. It doesn't like something in here. What, too many files have matched the default project. Say what? Oh, that's ESLint again. ESLint's being super confused these days. So I can add I added the favicon breadcrumbs. It's the same one. So just need to do that same thing. Actually, we can pull out fuzz blog logo.svelte. Okay, this is going to be, what didn't give me autocomplete. Lang equals TS, weird. Okay, so we want to, thank you. That's not what I want. Good try. We're going to do a spider. Whoops. We're going to say fuzz blog logo, put in the spider, import the spider, and to do upstream to fuzz. So I'm going to make a note of that as well over here. So we're over on the wrong one. Okay, so here, follow-ups, extract our upstream fuzz blog logo. So we have our yellow sunshine blog logo is going to be the thing that we're going to be using in fuzz. So again, I didn't want to touch fuzz today because it's just too many moving parts. Even though if I was doing this not on video, I think I totally would. I just realized I didn't shrink my head down. Oh, that's embarrassing. Hopefully you could read what I was doing. Terrible. Still learning. I'm going to keep this video almost certainly. I'm too far into it, and I've done too much. So we're going to keep going. I'm really sorry for having my giant head. That was not intended. It is what it is. These are going to be rough until I get and they're just VODs, like whatever. Streamers do way weirder stuff than that. So yeah, I will learn slowly, painfully. All right. So, these are going to be over in lib now. So lib, I should have checked that. I've like made that mistake already and threw away the video. This time I'm not going to throw away the video. So I apologize for my giant head. That's not the vibe I'm going for. I do that for like the intros so I can be like, I don't know. It feels like the better way to do intros. So I can like kind of give a little quick overview of what I'm going to do, then get to the business. Instead of just being tiny in the corner the whole time, it just feels better to do that with the intro. All right, so Fuzzblog logo, we can just automatically import that probably if GitHub or VS Code isn't confused. Nope, didn't do it. So import Fuzzblog logo from $routes, Fuzzblog logo. Okay. So we look like we've made the errors mostly go away, which is cool. Let's take a look at here. So I'm going to go to my main page in Fuzzblog and actually link to, so we're going to do a section. Actually, we can put it in the same section probably. No, let's do a new section. So a section where we add a block. No, let's add a div, call that a panel with some padding, PLG. And then inside this, we're just going to put, oh, actually, no, we'll do a card. So I have like a thing for this, href equals /blog. Actually, that's off base. Okay, so base is going to be imported from app paths, SvelteKit. And the contents of the card, because it's saying, hey, you need required, is going to be just blog. Yeah, blog. And then the card, I think, will make itself big enough. So we need to import the card, import card from Fuzz. Good job, Copilot. All right. So look at that. So we have this link to the blog. We will put in that glyph. So we're just going to put that link in there as the icon, I believe the snippet is called. Can you add icon equals here? Yeah, actually shorthand lets you put in. So there we go. It's saying error because we have errors. We're going to have to generate some stuff probably. This is where I didn't do any prep. So you're just seeing the errors as I'm seeing them. So I think I got this mostly done. Let's go ahead and save our work. I'm going to look over at Ryan ATKN, make sure we save our work here as well. The logo here is not something I want to look at that soon. But first, let's run gross sync because that will regenerate files. Let's just see what's going on. So it did change some stuff. It added a feed file, which now let's just take a look at the data here. It's saying Fuzz's blog software from scratch. Icon is here. Favicon is here. This is all stuff for Atom and RSS. The author is here. The feed URL is going to be here. And the items that will generate as I add blog posts will be there. So I think that's good. I just added more than I expected. Why is that? What did I just do? So I'm going to look. That was more than I expected to be adding. So I'm going to look at what I just did. Oh, it's the exports. Okay, that's what it was. I also added the blog post footer and the blog post header. That's what it was. Okay, so I added all these components. They're all in Fuzz routes, or one of them was. Oh, that's just the logo. Yeah, we'll keep the logo because this is personal to Fuzzblog. There's no reason to publish that, I don't think. I mean, it's going to be moved to Fuzz anyway. So yeah, we won't. If you want that logo, it'll be with all the other logos in Fuzz, not published with Fuzzblog. So let's run our server again because it crashed. And we will see what is broken. So if I'm at the blog URL, I think we crashed again. So I'm at the blog URL, right? So I click over here and refresh. So it's saying what? It's saying giant error. Giant error. Cannot find undefined reading items. So page, yeah. So here, this is an error. So get blog feed. let's look at how we were using this in my, it's probably like set blog feed, right? So basically at the root layout, I added the feed to here. So we're going to add the feed and go set blog feed under here, which means we need to import the feed from there, which is generated, correct? Yeah, generated. The feed will be generated by our scripts. And so now let's run a type check and just see if that'll prevent us from, oh, actually it looks like the server was running again. So it recovered gracefully from its own error. So, or my error. Still hung up about the giant head. I'm sorry. I don't think that would have been too intrusive, but yeah, could have ruined the whole video. All right, so weird. It's saying our card is no longer looking like a card. Not sure what's going on there. Let's hard refresh. Sometimes, oh, it's because I'm on, yeah, my bad. It's because we expected spiders. We weren't on the root, so we were on the blog page. And there's no items. So I think this is just the state you see when you have no items. The spider though is not working. So why is the spider mounted? So I'm going to need to zoom in. Is our spider mounted, right? Is this thing here? Oh, I probably need, yeah, it's probably not, it doesn't have any dimensions. So let's go ahead, because we're on the blog here, this breadcrumb isn't giving it dimensions. We can just be like size equals var, I think icon size small. That might be too big. Let's see. And actually, is it, oh, what? Fuzzblog logo? Oh, it's because I'm not proxying it. Yeah, let's just, this is, well, no. Well, yes. I will hard code this for now. We don't need this for real right yet. So remove size. Yeah. Okay, so now we have our, and that's probably fine in terms of size. That's whatever. So this is just how it renders when you have no items, I suppose. We can go ahead and improve that very briefly, because I think the idea is that like it's saying each, and I think you can do, am I right on this? You can do else no items, no blog posts yet. No blog posts yet. Okay. Cool. So that's like a, yeah, it's a little bit weirdly formatted, but that's fine. So next, let's go ahead and save our place again. I think next what we'll do is get ready to make a blog post. Blog software from scratch with SvelteKit. Sure, that's fine. We want to add a GitHub link actually. So I think I have something called the library footer, which I probably didn't need to remove, but let's see, library footer. And then that is going to be import library footer from fuzz. Whoop. Fuzz, yep, cool. And what that does is gives us a, whoa, that's weird. What is it saying? I need the package. Oh, okay. Import, I don't remember how to do this. Package from, oh, I'm not generating a package, am I? Yeah, let's just, I'll come back to this. This is out of scope. I'm just gonna say like, footer, we'll say like source code, okay? And then we'll link over to GitHub. I'll do this more like in a follow-up video because I don't want to get sidetracked with unimportant things right now. This fuzz blog link is what we wanted to go to. Probably could have typed that out, but it's fine. So basically, now when you go to the root page, you can just click source code, and here we are. I will add it. I need to add it to like a bunch of places, not just here. Like I need to add it to like the fuzz website and some others. Actually, the fuzz website needs a facelift. Like it can use like the logos and stuff. So I'll like include the logos and do a bunch of stuff, probably in a follow-up PR on a VOD, because like why not? Like you can just share my actual process here instead of just pretending everything's like beautiful behind the hood. Okay, so over to the blog. No blog posts yet. What we want to say is that our tasks, I think post, so if I say grow post, let's just see what happens. Grow post. And it created some files. So you can see it changed our feed. So when I ran grow post this task, and that's what, remember, we're going to export, we import that task here back, or if I didn't, yeah, so post exports that same task. So this is the thing that I just did. We also have blog.gen. Don't need to probably worry about that. So this post task just creates a new post, right? Those posts live in two places. One is the slug title, and that just re-exports. This is a totally generated file you should never edit. And then the number directory. So if I actually run grow post again, I'll show you, but I'm not going to do it right yet. It will create 2 and its own slug directory. That allows us to have the nice slug on the web, but then you can also go to like the numbers numerically 1 to whatever. And the nice thing about that is that when you're looking at your blog in your SvelteKit directory, you see the numbers exactly as they are. So we're still using the file-based routing of SvelteKit. That's why this is a SvelteKit-based blog software. This is very sort of like tied to the idioms and patterns of SvelteKit. So that's what we're seeing here. So let's take a full look at what we have here in terms of changes. We have the feed, which says, okay, we need to add some names here, right? And this is going to be generated, so we don't need to worry about editing this file. Any file that says generated, don't edit. You'll lose your work. So I know it's a foot gun, but making that error if you have made local changes to it means that you would have to commit between each run of the generation. So there's no easy way to fix this to prevent you from losing work. The answer is just don't edit work, because otherwise you would have like a flag to override to write over changed files sometimes, and then you would get in the habit of just adding the flag all the time. It would be bad. So the point is, like, it's a foot gun. Don't edit generated files. I always try to add this like header and footer. It's generated, right? Header and footer is generated. The feed also gets a new item. This is also generated. Yep, it is generated. So this is the file that you actually edit. Or no, I'm wrong. It's the stuff on disk, I suppose. So it's this one. So it's our page. So we have one file actually. All the others are generated. This one's generated. I'm going to restart ESLint again. This one's generated, right? This one is not generated. And then the feed was modified over in our static blog. And the feed here was modified as well. This is also generated. So feed.ts here is generated. There's maybe a better ways to organize this code. Please let me know if you have suggestions or any improvements to the actual way we create the blog. This is really fun to work with in my experience, but I haven't had that much experience with it. But so far, so good. I really like these patterns of how I laid stuff out to use the SvelteKit, file-based routing, use things like, if you look at feed.ts, actually, is it blog? There's some file we're going to have to add to generate our directory. So we'll look at that in a sec. We're not quite there yet. I created these files. I'm going to edit this stuff. So this is where we started to edit. We're going to say fuzz blogs blog, like that. And then we can say fuzz blog blog, fuzz blogs blog, fuzz blogs blog, fuzz blogs blog, fuzz blogs blog. Sure. Hello. Oh, it's like hello fuzz blog. That's what I was going to do. Okay. Hello fuzz blog. All right, that's better. Yeah. Hello fuzz blog. Summary. I init the fuzz blog as a reusable library. I create extracting. No, that's fine. I initialize fuzzblog as a reusable library. I create. Fuzzblog is now a reusable library. All right, tags, blog, SvelteKit, blog software. Sure. don't really care about these right now. That's good enough. So if we run, we're actually first to demonstrate to myself even, I'm going to commit all these files and then we're going to run gross sync. And I think that's going to update. I was expecting 3 files. Yep. Sorry, I should have said it out loud, but I saw like generated 4 files. Okay, so one of them didn't change is why. And you can see all those changes I just made now are reflected in our feed.ts, which is a generated file. And this is a blog feed object. So basically our source of what we're doing here is we're saying the source of truth is in these numbered directories per post. So to create a new post, it just creates a new directory and that's all you have to edit. That's the goal here, is to like really isolate the concerns so that we're not editing a bunch of configuration and stuff. That stuff should just be conventional, maybe some config here and there, but all in like the fuzz config, which is I'm not going to show. But the point is like it should be as configless as possible by default. And then you should be able to have this source of truth that's very ergonomic for you to use inside your project. This blog software is for developers. If it wasn't obvious already, you're expected to have a Git repo that's using SvelteKit that can edit these files on the file system and deploy a SvelteKit website. I make that all super easy with my stuff. You can use other SvelteKit stuff probably too without any trouble. That's the goal here. It's a developer-centric blog software that's like very bare bones, especially to start. But I'm going to add more and more. The cool thing is too, we'll get components so that it makes it, if you want to, and you'll be able to make those optional. You don't have to use my components. If you look at the page here, actually here, we do actually, no, we don't. We just import your blog post. So in fact, that might be something to add as the to-do, as a follow-up is, I'm in the wrong one here, the follow-up, we could init the blank blog post pages with blog post, etc. So we have some reusable components. Well, that's where I was going with that, is like we have these like components. And actually let's pop over to my, again, this is out of scope. I'm just trying to get stuff going. If we look here, you can see how I'm just going to copy, that post. Okay, so this just wraps everything. So if we go over to I'm trying to give the developer as much control as possible if it wasn't obvious. And so you don't even have to use my blog post component. You can, but it's completely optional. So we're going to import that component from here. This is going to be lib. This actually blog post is gone, right? Yeah, it is gone. Good. Oh no, they're not gone. So I need to delete these 3. Okay. So these will be imported from fuzz. If it wasn't obvious, it is now. Okay. And then all this red is fine. We're going to first get everything working over in fuzz blog, and then we will publish it and then import those components and make sure everything works correctly over back in my main website. Then we'll deploy my website and then see it all working. And then we'll even load up quickly a RSS feed reader and ensure that it can add both Fuzzblog and my personal blog into the feed reader, and we should see those posts. So that's the goal. That's where we're going. I'm glad my giant head is gone. All right. So I can remove this because we don't have this blog path. I'm going to run the type checker to make sure we have no issues anywhere. I think we're good here. All our data looks fine. This might not be advisable, this blog post ID. I think I probably should make a note of that somewhere. To do maybe UUID or maybe random. That might cause might cause issues with like your feed reader. Oh, blog post path. Why is it? Yeah. Oh, that's the blog post path. Okay, whatever. That might cause some issues if you ever want to like change your history. Then your your IDs will be messed up on your feed in Atom, which is not helpful to people. Then you can really confuse a lot of different readers that expect it correctly to conform to spec and not change under your feet. But people in the wild, people do everything. So like robust feed readers have to handle all the crazy stuff that humans do. So writing a feed reader is something that it's God's work kind of stuff, right? It's hard to do, to get right with all the details, to handle all the mistakes that people make and will definitely make, to not actually match the spec exactly in practice. Okay, so we have no errors anywhere. Wow, I was kind of expecting some errors. So hello fuzzblock, wow, look at that. So a local link example. Okay, so let's like fix that. That's just nonsense. So I'm gonna not, I didn't prepare this like, hello, no. This is a blog post. This is let's see, Fuzz Blog's first blog post. It works. And I'll say like, the source code is here on GitHub, okay? And then I'm going to also watch the process of me making this video, where the first part unfortunately has my giant head obscuring parts of the screen, but I fix it later. Visit to do. Okay, so I'll come back. I need to like visit to do. This is over on Fuzz blog. Visit to do. Add link to YouTube VOD. So since I'm recording this now, there's no YouTube link to. So to do. GitHub right here. This to watch the process. The pull request. It's pull to see the actual code, or the initial code to make this go. Here's the PR, or see PR number 1. Okay, so here's our link, and there we go. So let's take a look at our blog post. This is, and you can see like we have a title, we have the date. This is just stuff that's built in. Obviously some formatting stuff is weird. Like this should be, let's fix that now. I think it's in the article. We have this HR. Oh, where's our HR? Oh, it's down there. Okay. And then our header has the date, but for some reason I want this paragraph to have much more margin than that, or the header itself should have margin maybe. Where is that? Why doesn't this paragraph have I'm asking, why doesn't it have margin bottom? I thought all paragraphs had margin bottom. Super weird, because these do, right? Maybe I said not last child. That's what it is. Okay, so we will add padding to the header instead. So class equals margin bottom XL. Let's just see what that looks like. And this is kind of weird. That's like really giantly spaced. Margin top. That's fine, actually. That's fine. It looks fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need to obsess about, is this like the right? Okay, maybe that's slightly better. Okay. So basically this header now has the same distance as the paragraphs, which it doesn't look right to me, but whatever. We'll not worrying about it. I think it's like this should be, let's just fix this right now. So the header should have margin bottom of like XL, and then the date can have its margin bottom of XL3, let's say. Okay, so let's call that large actually. And then this one will be XL5. Okay, so that's a little bit better. We kind of grouped the date with the title better. This needs a lot of work. It's super bare bones, obviously, so we're not going to worry about it. We don't have any base links in here, so we can delete that. The content of our blog post, let's look at this really fast. This is Fuzzblog's first blog post. It works. Yeah. The source code is here on GitHub. Link works. To watch the process of me making this video, where the first part unfortunately has my giant head obscuring parts of the screen, but I fix it later, visit to do, okay? To see the initial code to make this go, see this PR. Okay. To see the initial code where, this is kind of strange wording, to see the initial code where I created this project, it works. Fuzzblog, okay, yeah, we want to say like Fuzzblog is, and then we want to call that with code, and then we're just going to copy our description over. So Fuzzblog is blog software from scratch, is a reusable reusable library for SvelteKit, usable SvelteKit library for creating blog posts, for creating blogs, for adding blogs to your repos. Okay, then and that's kind of communicating, hey, this is like developer centric. It's maybe like a little bit tortured wording, but that's the point of that. I don't want people to get the wrong idea coming in here and be like, why doesn't this work for my use case? It's like, yeah, this use case is not, this is developer software. I'm sorry. Maybe eventually I do want to make a website. I actually have a name already. It's called digest.cafe. So if I ever get there, we'll make VODs about that. But the idea is that blogging should be super simple, not just for developers, obviously. And there are a billion websites that do blog software, but we'll use Fuzzblog in a website that you can do your own. We'll also add some social features using a social app framework I'm working on called Z's. Neither here nor there. We'll get to that when we get to it. So this is Fuzzblog's first blog post. Fuzzblog is a reusable SvelteKit library for adding blogs to your repos. It seems to work. It works. Okay. The source code is here on GitHub. Okay. To watch the process of me making this, oh, wait, not this video. To watch the process of me making this software, to watch the process of me creating this project, to see the initial code where actually the initial code is the code is at PR number 1. The code is at PR number 1. Cool. To watch the process of me creating this project, I'm being insecure here, but it's because I screwed that up. I'm sorry. If that was like blocking stuff that you had to read, like, ugh. Like it's questionable whether I should even start with the giant head, but whatever. Okay, so Fuzzblog seems to be working. I did want to do something in, I think pre-rendering is going to fail. So we need to register. I'm going to save our work because we did some good work there. I'm going to go over to my other website and I'm going to look at, I was looking for like layout.ts and I was expecting to see, I might have fixed this. I'm not remembering exactly. Oh, do I have like, I don't have Mastodon comments imported anywhere, do I? That would be weird. No, I must be, I'm doing that manually. Yeah, I'm doing that manually. Good. That's good. Svelte.config, I think this is where it is. So I have on my website, Yeah, I'm confused. I thought I had to register these routes. I might have improved it so this is no longer needed. Like set blog feed, I might have like be generating everything so the config isn't needed anymore. But basically, I was expecting to see either in my config here to like have the routes that it needs to pre-render. I might have like restructured stuff to that. It's totally unnecessary. So I might just be talking nonsense right now. Let's look over the blog really fast. Yeah, I thought like it would have to import feed and then use the feed. So it's not. Let's go over to Fuzz blog and actually just try to build you. I don't know. If it works, great. I actually made some great improvements that I totally forgot about. You can see our feed. This is what the Atom feed actually looks like, which is like a successor to RSS that's a lot better. But RSS is still heavily used for podcasts. Atom is more heavily used for blogs. And Atom is just immensely easier to work with as a developer because it's way more better specified. But Reader software tends to support both. In fact, if your Reader software doesn't support both Atom and RSS, it probably, it's probably not making any money. That's my guess. I might be wrong. Actually, whoops, there. Okay, I'm like hitting stuff. So it looks like that file I was looking for, that config I was looking for is gone. I think I was able to generate files. I think the feed might have been what we now generate to avoid that problem. But yeah, we don't even need to dive into the specifics of this. I think that's out of scope for this PR. Basically, like all these files that we now have here are going to be published. I'm just going to check it one more time because I don't believe it, that it was this easy. And then I don't have that like really messy pre-render step anymore. Let's go look at our pre-rendered stuff. That's dist. I want to look at build. So on our blog, yeah, we have our HTML for, you see hello fuzz blog.html, and also some title to do. What the heck is that? Some title to do. Oh, whoa. I forgot to delete that when we were starting up the project. Oh, that's just a bug in like when you rename stuff. It just leaves these like, okay, that's something to clean up in a, when you rename projects, you might have these like weird folders left over. That's strange. I'm not sure if I can detect that. Maybe, yeah, let's just leave a note. Maybe detect drawers that have old names, old generated names. Yeah. So looks like we're good. I could run the preview, but I think I'm just going to YOLO it and say we are going to make sure that, yeah, let's run the preview. Let's see, is it, I ran build already. We'll run build one more time just to be sure. And then I'm going to run npx vite preview, I believe is the command. I don't do this very much, so if it doesn't work, we'll just move on. So vite preview, localhost 4173, so almost the same. And hello fuzz blog. Yeah, this needs like some padding on it, but that's about it. So our footer wants some padding, but other than that, let's go to our root page. Yeah, everything needs padding on the bottom. Let's do that super fast because it's just a small fix. Our footer class equals margin bottom XL5, sure. And then in our layout for here, this also MB XL5. Okay, so I think that will, no, that didn't work. Oh, I'm on the localhost, okay. Or I was on the preview. Here, oh, I'm not running my server anymore. Okay, close you. As far as I can tell, that works. I will run the preview one more time. I realize I just want to click around to make sure we're looking good. So now, like, yeah, there's padding now. This is like weird because it's super tight. It's not like wide. Why is that? That's a bug. This breadcrumb. Oh, is it because this is a block? It is. Yeah. This is a hack. Whatever. I'm gonna just make it's my little logo. Class equals inline block. To do like and inline block. Classes probably. Is that right? Okay, good. Good. Okay, so it fixed it. And now want to make sure that, whoops, we have good padding on the bottom. We do here and we do here. All right. Hello Fuzz blog. All right. So that's our blog. Easier than I thought. July 10th, 2024. That looks correct, right? Yep. Hello Fuzz blog. And we can publish. So as far as I know, just going to run this one more time, get it up to date. Fuzz blog, we'll look here. CI should pass. Like I didn't change anything substantial, right? So I should be able to say yes, CI will pass. It does, it looks good. So even though this is going to be yellow, I'm going to merge it and go back, go to our main branch, delete the init branch, close our watcher, pull the recent down, and now exit. I need to go look at one last thing. I already added our change set, so we're good here. This should bump the minor. I wanted to make sure, yeah, public is true, and I think we look good. All of our stuff looks right. A friendly yellow spider. Yellow spider. Okay. Oh, whoops. Did I screw that up? I probably did. Yep. It's just run sync. It's fine. That's something that I'll talk about another time. So grow release. Let's just see. I don't know. I don't know. Assuming all my tools still work, I haven't created a new project in a minute. So my guess is this will just publish the new project, which I should make this taller so we can see. It's building now, and it's publishing now, 1.0.1. It looks like it's successful. So actually, if we go over to NPM, now we can say here, wait, how does this work? Yeah, npm I dash at ryanatkin/fuzz blog, npmjs.com. If we go to, I guess I don't have it. So package, and then it's like, is it at ryanatkin and then fuzz blog? Is this right? Yeah. All right. So here's what we just published a few seconds ago. I'm going to copy this link over to npm. I'm just this is kind of a mess, but I'll format the README another time. Oh, actually, let's do this. Okay. All right. Add npm link. Okay. So our blog is published. I'm actually going to just close this repo, and it also deployed. So actually, if we go to blog.fuzz.dev, we now see the blog. So we're at the website. We can click over to the blog. Hello Fuzz blog. That's it. Okay. So next, we're getting close to the end. Back in my personal website, we go ryanatkin at fuzz_blog-d, and it installed. Now we just need to import all the things. So here at ryanatkin/fuzz_blog, and the error went away. Here, every time we see like a $lib import with maybe any, no, that's probably it. All with no exceptions, actually, probably. So let's just say $lib. Yep. Let's do this. Now, there might be bugs. I would not be surprised at all if there's something a little funky, especially with like path handling. But if we can get this working, I think I'm just going to say, cool, let's go. Let's just go with it. Let's see. So restart server, Svelte, restart TypeScript. Don't need to probably. Okay, so something's buggy. Yep, I just missed a routes one. So that's some of these routes/blog imports as well were also moved. So we're getting close. That might be the last one. Let's type check, check, and feed. Oh, no, I did not mean to move this one. Okay, yes, good check. Okay, grow sync, grow check. So this is the generated feed, and we're not going to regenerate anything until we get some stuff. So this post is saying, hey, I don't know why you don't work. This blog post data. Oh, is like, what's happening? Are we importing something locally as blog post data? Satisfies blog. Oh, is it just like weird? Is not assignable to type never. That's not right. Our props says no props. So our blog post props are broken back in, it looks like it back in. So I didn't get to close, unfortunately, fuzzblog quite yet. We might have to publish a patch version here. Make sure I zoom in. So let's go over to blog post and see blog. This feed is just the types for the feed. The blog, so this all works. Why would this be failing is the question. Why is lib blog failing? Our types for blog post .svelte. Yeah, our props are never. Are all our props never? Okay, all of our props are never. Maybe that seems to be a Svelte problem. So I might go revert to a known version of Svelte. Yeah, all my props are never. I know Svelte has been making a bunch of changes under the hood. So let's do this first. Let's actually, instead of reverting, let's forward to. So basically, like what happened is my published types for my components are all busted. And it doesn't look like an error that I made. It looks like a problem because if we go to like blog post, we have interface props. Yeah, this should just work. So something about, we're going to run build just to see it. Now we don't need to run build. We'll run svelte, npm install svelte at next, npm I. And that will update update svelte to the latest. Okay. At 80. So now we're going to run build and just see if our types are correct. So somewhere in type generation, it broke things. And I don't think it was an error that I made. And Svelte 5 is super in progress. So I would not be surprised if, yeah, it's not working. Our types are never for props. That does not make sense to me. Yeah, I can't think of why that would be. So I'm going to go over to fuzz, which I showed you earlier. So with fuzz, whoa, what, I have changes here? Whoa, what? Oh yeah, I was making changes earlier. Yeah, nothing to worry about. With fuzz, let's go to the package JSON and look at what version of Svelte I'm on, okay? And now I'm actually going to run grow build. Actually, we can probably just look at the existing dist and see, yeah, so like this generated correctly. So let's revert to this version of Svelte. So 175. Actually, let's just do this like that. Okay. So back over to fuzzblog. Yeah, this is the part of the 175. This is part of using alpha software. Oh crap. Were we already on 175? It looks like we might have been. That's not good. That means that like something else is causing our types not to generate. Grow check. No, grow build. This just calls Vite build internally. That should just be completely handed over to Svelte package. Oh, Could it be the Svelte package version? It could be. What version of Svelte package am I on? 232. Let's see. Svelte package 232. Okay, that's not it. Svelte is this version. Prism Svelte is that version. TypeScript is 552. That's probably not it. Darn. I was not expecting to run into an issue like that. Yeah, it's still generating props as never, which I don't know why that would be. Oh, it couldn't be that I'm because I have runes true. So it should be like forcing to Svelte 5. This was just straight from the template. I haven't done that in a while, but I'm trying to think of any differences that could be different, that could differ between the template and fuzz or any of my other projects. So I have a ton of projects that I have like 9, I think, projects that I publish to NPM. None of them have seen this particular problem. So let's possibly, I thought TypeScript even was updated on some of them. I'm starting to get at a loss for what to do next. Because the problem is, I think, let's just see. It's like it says failed to type check, but let's actually run the code here. So if the type checker is failing, but everything works, I would still call that successful. We're not done, but you know, that's pretty good deal. As far as I can tell, the blog works. I haven't run. So like let's run like grow post, I guess. So that's what I'll do now. Make sure I move this terminal over. So grow post. And so that creates the empty post. And I can go in there and edit. Actually, I'll just refresh. Whoops. And let me say gross. Okay, so that might need to, there might be some brokenness. It created 2, but why is it not being imported? So yeah, I would expect that to import, like to create more files than just that, right? And like update our feed with the post 2 and stuff. So I definitely have a bug of my own somewhere. This import to blog is obviously wrong. It should be like ... blog. Or, because like this blog doesn't have the blog. Yeah, no, that's not where it is. So let's fix that. So if I go to post, that's where I was saying, like some of my grow post stuff. Yeah, like this lib blog, that's obviously wrong. It's Ryan Atkin, fuzz blog. Is there any other $lib in here? No. Okay. So that might have, that I would expect more issues than just that. So we'll definitely have to fix that, but I still am not publishing types correctly, and I have no clue why. So it may just be that this video has to have a part 2 if I don't get through this briefly. Because I don't know how to diagnose SvelteKit generating types, because this is all Svelte package. Like if I run grow clean, it will delete that dist directory just to see I'm not doing anything that's getting in the way here. Oh, it didn't delete the dist directory? Where? What? Anyway, let's delete dist manually. Now let's run. That's weird. Why wouldn't it delete dist? Oh, probably because I have to run. Hey, let's just see this really fast. Touch or make dir dist, and then grow clean dash SvelteKit. That's what it is. Yeah, it deleted it if I add the SvelteKit flag. So let's say npx vite build, and that will do the build. And now let's do grow npx svelte dash package. Okay, and now we have our dist back, and yeah, it like, so I'm not going through my tools at all. So it's generating types that just don't make sense to me. So I could downgrade to TypeScript 5.5.2, and I could potentially just like reinstall all my dependencies, try to get to the latest, and cross my fingers. Let's do this. Let's just like pin versions and just run install. And then run npx felt package again. All right. And then still, we're not getting our types. I could Google. I mean, this is often when I would just go to Google. So svelte types component never. And then it's probably not going to be on Stack Overflow. It probably will be on GitHub. GitHub svelte. Let's see. Types. Let's just say like types never. Types never. It's like svelte package though, so it might not be here. I would expect to see this like recently, and I don't see anything through this glancing. So unfortunately, context equals module. I don't think we're doing context module. Context equals module. We do in a couple places, but like that's not for generated types. So I don't know what to do. You're going to get to see me squirm in my seat. We can remove node modules and reinstall. This might take a minute. Oh, good. It's all cached. Okay. And then we'll say svelte package again. And take a look at our... Okay, so actually maybe it's warning us about stuff. You are using SvelteKit's... Okay. Oh. Did I just screw this up? Okay, whoops. So there's a difference. Fuzz, here's a difference. I might have just figured it out. I really hope this is it. I think I might have seen something like this, not this exact problem. But basically like my peer dependencies, I screwed up. So we did add date functions, but nothing else. And we have a dependency on belt. Actually, we have one on fuzz as well, right? Probably so. If not, let me see, just really fast. Do we import anything from fuzz and from lib? We don't, but yeah, we don't yet. I think it's likely we will. Let's go ahead and keep the fuzz dependency in there. I'm sure in the future we will. These stars are not advisable, but I do it for convenience for now. They're all my projects, so I control that. It's fine. It just keeps things a lot cleaner. So yeah, I bet that was it. So you saw me probably struggle for something that was completely my fault. Not reading error messages, right? That's when you got to slow down and read error messages. When you struggle, read your errors. Svelte is usually really good at giving you errors not always like obviously when it's still in alpha, but like they're very attentive to that. So which I extremely appreciate. So we're going to go ahead and add back our little carets for our types, and we're going to install Svelte at... No, we're not. Don't get ahead of myself. All right, so we're just going to make sure everything's synced up. I didn't actually check that it fixed it, but I'm like 90% sure because I didn't have the Svelte dependency. Okay, I can't even read this. What's happening? Svelte.dts. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Props. String any equals any, and then it extends it with my props. Perfect. Blog post data, attribute children. Okay, we're good. It was the peer dependency. Interesting choice that they don't generate types correctly if you don't have any peer dependencies. I would not have guessed that, but I guess it probably prevents me from making errors. And next time I'll try to remember to read my error messages. So sorry. I think we're good. So I'm going to run my type checker one more time just to be sure. And actually the full check so it lints as well. These error messages are probably oh, that's from the generated code. All right, so we're going to say git add, and then we're saying grow change set fix type prop type generation by adding peer dependencies. Okay. And it's a patch version, even though it's technically minor because we changed peer dependencies, but okay. And now we're going to say grow release. All right, so back to my blog. We're going to say npm I at RyanATK fuzz blog at latest. Once we see this publish, we're going to install, and everything should hopefully type check. We also should have fixed that path that gets generated. So it's published, and now I'm going to npm install it. This sometimes happens. Instead of waiting, I'm just going to do cache D and then remove that. That's just like an npm bug that they say was fixed, but it wasn't fixed. In my experience, I keep running into it. It does fix eventually. The caches get cleared, but it doesn't auto heal or whatever it says it claims to do. Not for me. Okay, so I have typed. I'm just going to run the type checker, actually a full checker, and when we generate this like page, I'm going to delete you, and I'm going to regenerate a grow post. So I failed to type check in that module I just deleted. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to run grow post, and we should see in our post, oh, wow, yeah, it did not add it here. So we still don't have it added to the list of posts. So we have a bug that prevents us from adding new posts. But I'm getting to the end of my ability to sit still. So I think what we're going to do is come back in a future episode. Because this is just broken. It's like, yeah, this was actually kind of one of my questions. Like, where am I importing all that data, right? It's like the feed has the items in it, but that says it's generated by blog.gen. The blog data, this is the top level data. So it's like not detecting. Let me just rerun sync. Let's just make sure it's just not a simple problem. Yeah, it's like not picking up the fact that we have this extra thing. And it's probably to do with paths. So like my task is broken, but everything else, if we can get everything else working, I'm going to go ahead and just move forward and come back in a follow-up. So I'm going to delete this directory. You're not going to be able to use the software quite yet. If you're actually following along, go ahead and head over to the second episode, and you'll see that. Oh, do I need to do it here? Where's my follow-ups? Yeah, follow-ups. First follow-up is fix the grow post generation. So it's very much like broken. I might try to do that. Let's go ahead and finish up the rest of this. Because basically this task is like not working, and it might be because our directories are pointing to like this project. We got that to do done, not the like blog.dir is joining to the routes path, the blog.dir name, and dir is the current working directory. So CWD is coming from where? Node process, yeah. Let's do process dot. Just use the global. So what I can do, I think I do want to try to fix this because having it in this broken state when I'm this close feels bad. So I'm gonna drink some water. My guess is like it's pretty simple. We just need to like log out some stuff and run the task. See this items, like it should be resolving our items. So modules, load blog post modules, maybe that's where we're going wrong. Blog post IDs though, actually maybe it's collect blog. This is probably, so like it's saying, hey, in each one of these to blog post path, I might be, because we should have this like page.svelte in our blogger, right? Post ID. Oh, did it not generate that post? Yeah, it didn't. Wait, hold on. It did. No, okay, it did. What do we got here? And I removed, just double checking, I removed the cache directory. Yes, I did. So when we run grow post, let's do this. We're going to link over to grow. How do I want to do this? Should I just edit the JavaScript directly? It's fine. I could link it, but then I would have to like rebuild it. And it's almost just faster to edit node modules directly. Okay. So I'm just going to go in here directly. Just going to be really spelunk into the internals of stuff. Fuzzblog, dist. It's blog helpers, right? And also blog.task. So let's go to post.task. So first, let's do this. I think we lost the thread at collect. So we're going to do log out blogger. I'm going to log out blog post IDs. We're going to log out next one. So that was correct. We're going to log out next post. Okay, so I was confused why it didn't do this. It's not, the gen is broken. So maybe it's actually maybe it's not even here that's broken. Maybe it's here. So this is the file that actually does the code generation. And no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing now. So yeah, post task uses blog gen, and I was getting confused between these two files. Okay, so actually I had process.cwd in two different places. Okay, I was getting confused between, because these files look very similar if you haven't noticed. Why do I keep needing to restart TypeScript and other watchers? Yeah, so the post, because like invoke task gen is going to run this file and then generate our blog, right? Because it outputs to the blog directory, which is going to be the, where's blogger? Routes path, yep, into, yeah, I read from self-config. I'll get that later. Oh, actually, it's funny. I could do that super quickly because $routes. Actually, it's in path, so I'm not going to worry about it. Another time. I often will try to like improve small things as I go, but in this case, I'm just trying to get to the end of this video because I like to do these videos in one sitting. It just feels better to kind of wrap it up, upload it, move on with my day. Keeps my workflows flowing. If that makes sense. So, this is what I think I even mentioned at the beginning, not to be like, ha, I'm smart, but like I did suspect paths might be a little screwed up because we moved files from one directory, one repo to another. And I'm not seeing anything that's obviously wrong. That's the thing though. Cause like it may be a quirk of how my system works that I'm not aware of though, that, cause like it's not generating these files. It's not outputting to the directory. Like this current working directory seems to just be wrong. So let's go ahead and log out the dir. So we already edited the post file. Let's make sure we know where we are. This is post, and this is going to be the blog. Okay, and so let's do blogdir. Let's do blog post IDs. Okay, let's log out the modules. Yeah, somewhere in here we're going wrong. It's got to be pretty straightforward, but I have no idea where to look, and I'm not set up to be able to run the debugger on this code. I need to revisit that soon. So I think it's just like not getting the right items. So somewhere along here, it's just not getting, because it's not generating the right feed. It might not even be generating the feed. So it might be outputting these, the dir it's joining to. So let's just put like, because like it's not even generating like the blog feed, I don't think. So let's log out this last one. And then what we'll do is I'm gonna run gross sync, and like, I might have, wait, oops, wait, wrong file, wrong repo, oops, yes, oops. I might just need to re-export the gen file. That's what it is. I bet. Blog.gen. Yeah, and it's not like, okay, I bet that's what it is. I don't have good errors for my code generation. So when it's running, like if we look at the task, it comes in here and says like invoke task gen. Yeah, there's no way it could know. Okay, I think I know what's going on. So we just need to say blog.gen.ts and then export star from fuzz blog blog.gen.js. Okay, if this works, then I don't need all that logging and stuff was unnecessary, which is good. So let's do this. Let's gross sync again. It shouldn't. I'm not expecting any changes. Okay, so it is failing to generate files. It's saying it can't find. Yeah, this is more path stuff. It can't find blog.js, which is imported by. It's because I didn't like initialize it correctly, which means I will try to run grow post. Darn. Did not, cannot find module blog that is imported from fuzz blog. It's looking in routes, which is its generated file. So that just might be a bug in my code, because it's like trying to import. Here's just types. Let's see, routes, blog dir. Here, this import, this just fails because the blog, and like if we look at how the blog was defined, wait, there is a blog file. Hold on. Yeah, that's a bad error message, but like there is a blog file, so it is something with the paths. It's saying it cannot find RyanTKM source blog.js. Oh no. Yeah, that's something different. It's trying to import TypeScript. Wait, is that file, is it, let's just try this. I'm going to go into here and import .ts, I think. So in our gen file, blog.gen.ts. So this is again in node modules. I'm going to, let's just see what happens. Blog.ts. This might not work, but it's like, because it can't find that file on disk, and I might not have my loader correctly. I'm not sure. Let's see. Grow post. Failed to generate one file. Probably the same error. Cannot find. Oh. New error. Do we have another await import? No. So it seemed to not have that same error. Cannot find imported from blog helpers. Oh, our blog helpers. Oops. That's a mistake. Maybe. Blog helpers. Yeah. So it's trying to import this page file, with the alias. So I don't think I support that alias yet in the loader. So I need to like fix that. Just need to make a note of this. Fix loader to handle routes and other aliases. Okay, so that's I believe that's what that is. So in other words, not something we're going to fix right now, but I might be able to say like /source routes instead of $routes. I'm not sure though. I'm going to go, so we don't need the fuzz repo open anymore. I'm going to go again, edit this JavaScript in the node modules, go to our blog helpers and change that line of code to not import from, let's do ./source/routes. So now we'll run the same thing again, grow post, and it failed again. And what does it say? Can't find, yeah. It's like the / is broken, obviously. So we need like an absolute path. So blog dir name. We don't want that. So let's do this. Let's do process.cwd plus that. Okay. And then we'll pass that in as a parameter. So I'm just making sure that like what I think is the problem is the problem. Oh, wow. Cannot find. Okay. Just forgot the slash. Hey, almost. I think it went further. Duplicate gen file ID. Perfect. Ooh, that's a good error. I think that means we just need to clean up some stuff. Delete all of these. And let's see. We do want to add the gen file, so that's good. And then we want to run grow post. So cross your fingers. Yes. All right. So let's now load up, and it updated the feed. Okay. So I think the code is almost there. I do need to go back and fix. Now, do we have a new blog post? I do. Okay. Some title to do. Perfect. And then a local link. So yeah, this is working. Obviously, it's super not polished. We need much better communication of what to do here, but this is working. I just added a new post to my blog. Obviously, I'm not going to keep that. So we'll delete that really fast like this. Actually reset as well. So yeah, just reset everything. These are all generated files. Okay, so what did I learn? I needed to change this routes import because I will fix that another time in a different way. This routes import needs to be, did I only change that? Yeah, I was just being weird. Changing those to process.cwd is fine. This needs to take not just the blog dir name. We need the routes path, blog dir name. Yeah, I should just pass in the blog dir, it looks like, right? So it's blog dir name. Let's see, load post modules. That's not being called here, actually. It's being called in the other one. So blog dir, same thing though. So instead of blog dir name, it's going to be blog dir. All right, and then over in the modules, this will just be blog dir. And then that's an absolute path. Hopefully, let's see. Join, yes. Okay, so this should work. Blog dir. I should probably call join on these, but do I import note? Yeah, let's do join. That'll keep me from, it will work as is, but there's just no reason not to use join in this case. What's going with you? Oh, toString. It's fine. Okay, so getting really close. And I think that was the only, it was just the routes path that was broken, right? If I'm remembering correctly. I can't look back at my own video right now, but that seems to be correct. I think that might have been my only mistake. Here we're doing blog dir. let's reverse these parameters. That's kind of weird to put in that order when I'm not doing that order anywhere else. Okay, so I think that might have solved our problem. Yeah, we can see here like we're joining to the blog.dir to get the blog.js. So it was just a mistake to try to do $routes. It was trying to be too fancy or whatever. No reason to use $routes if we already have like our absolute paths. And we're just writing code. We're not actually doing an import into like a regular module. Don't need that. I will add that to Grow's loader though, because that should just work magically. But like, because it's like Grow's what I use to run TypeScript, and it can just kind of resolve all the normal SvelteKit stuff. That's just an oversight. So I added that to the to-dos for later. All right. So I think I did that. I'm going to say grow change set fix paths, fix path import in blog helpers. And that's just another patch. And we are, do I need to sync? Okay. Grow release. Release is both a publish to NPM and a deploy. Not that I always need to deploy, but might as well. So now, over back in my blog, we will update it again. See if we can do it without the cache. And this will like clear away all of those JS files that I edited manually. Okay, so we're installed. It doesn't like, yeah, NPM is on the struggle bus today. So what's happening? No version matching. Well, no version matching. Dash cache. Hold on. Did I not remove my cache? Okay, I forgot to remove the cache directory. It's fine. So it's installing the latest. I'm going to remove the cache directory again. That's just like a fix for the NPM being lagged in terms of my newly published repos, which is super annoying because it means I can't just like script things without handling strange delays or cache busting. Not fun. Grow sync. I think we're good. Oh, whoa, I can't sync. Okay. Cannot find modules. Okay, that's fine. Actually, so grow post. Okay, we do still have an error. Darn. Cannot find. Okay, so I'm gonna wait. What is it saying? It can't find source routes blog. Oh, we also have to change it to TS because we're importing it dynamically. So yeah, Grow does support TS dynamically. That's what that is. So yeah, this is like one of those weird things. Like sometimes if you're importing it dynamically, you have to say .ts because of the TypeScript file. Like it's like it's not smart enough to resolve that to the TS for some reason. I don't know if that's something I can fix in my loader or not. But anyway, that was the other thing. I thought I had like forgot something. I think it's just this right here. Let's look at the imports as well here. Import in my helpers. Yeah, so there it's Svelte files. That's fine. Import here was just okay. I think that was the problem. Git add dot. We grow change that. Import fix import to blog.ts, not .js. Okay, so this will be our third patch version. I'm gonna release it and getting close. Okay, there's our change set. We should see. I'm gonna install the latest over here as well. So I'm gonna delete what I just made because it's not generating correctly after that. npm install here. Let's see if we have to use the cache directory. Probably so, but just in case. Okay, it's done. Hey, look, wait, did it work? It said up to date, which isn't correct. Remove the cache. Remove, darn it. Okay, it's being really screwy. It had to like do it twice, it looked like that time, because I was sure I deleted the cache, but maybe not. Okay, So let's do it again. So grow post. Okay, 5 files. That's what I was hoping to see. Now let's run our server. And go to my blog, and we have a new one. We do, and it works. There's no errors. Okay. Whoops. All right. Yeah. You can see it edited like we saw the feed. We now have a new feed item. So we can see the diff, right? This is actually super useful. It added by running grow post, we added a new blog post with ID 2. We can edit that post here. This is completely within our control. We do have to keep this like script module going, this context module script to edit this data. So this is our source of truth in the slash, it's route/blog/2/pluspage.svelte. And then this is a generated file, never needs to change. And then this is our feed, which adds a new item. So what we're going to do is delete all these files. So we're going to git reset hard and delete you and you. Yeah. And then we are clean. I did upload or update fuzz blog. It's 1.3. All right. And now we are going to build and make sure our CI passes. Okay, so I'll keep that open. Okay, I want to see CI pass. Obviously, something's not. Oh, I need to fix that. It should be erroring there, not creating a different file. Because it's running a generation script, I need to make a note for myself later. I'll edit here. Fix generation with grow check. Because basically it should be erroring, not generating a file. That's just like, probably just need to reorder some stuff. So we need to run the type checker. It looks like something doesn't like something else. This blog.js file does not have the blog feed type. So there's one last problem I need to fix. We're generating this file with this import. So this is a very quick fix. So it's saying like import, when we generate these files here, right here, basically this feed file that it's generating, which is right here, needs to not import from lib. This was the same problem we had before. I need to import from fuzz blog, and technically it's not working for itself, but it doesn't matter because we already have the file generated. It's not going to need to regenerate it. Actually, I will fix it later. So yeah, fix, because like basically in fuzzblog itself, it shouldn't be doing this. It should import from $lib. That is something I will fix later. So like, yeah, import, let's see, fuzzblog, yeah. Fix self imports to e.g. this. Okay. In code in feed generation, and elsewhere. Okay. So getting very close. I fix this script generation here but it's not fixed for itself. That's fine. I will fix that in a future. Yeah, I'll fix it in the future. Don't need to worry about that right now. So actually, grow, are we good? Yeah, git add here, grow change set, fix import to package, not local in feed generation. Okay, and that's just a type, but like, obviously it's a bug. So grow sync, git commit am. I did that slightly incorrectly, so I didn't get the automation. Okay, grow release, one more update, then I think we're good. Can delete 2 here, delete 2. Did I commit those files? Oops. No, I didn't. Okay. I reset, but I didn't do the rest. Okay, so we're at version 0.1.4 now, and we can install. Just gonna use the cache. Use again. Do it again. Whoa. Can you do it? Yay, right? Yay, okay. No cache busing needed. Okay, so now, yeah, just gonna update that and then grow post. Are we good? I'm gonna run grow type check. And good. Grow sync. Is that gonna change anything? Let me say grow, git add everything and then grow sync to make sure that we're not actually seeing anything change, which we don't. Good, good, good. Yep. And then I'm gonna reset because I'm good. All right, so as long as CI passes, I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively delete this branch. I don't think we need it. Go over to CI in my blog and gonna refresh. It looks like it's not refresh. Oh, we do have CI failing. It's not type checking. Oh, yeah, okay. It's the same thing. It's the same problem that we just fixed, but now we just need to manually do this because we don't want to run grow post again. There's just no need. Like if we run grow post, it did type check, so we can run grow post just to see that. It's going to correctly generate it now. So see, that's the correct one. But now we're going to add, reset, hard, and then replace. So that's good. Grow sync is good, right? Yeah. Okay. So one more time, I'm going to run check. I think we're all good. It only writes that file if your feed items change. So it seems, at least I wasn't aware of that, but that's what it seems like. Because running grow sync did not update this import, but generating it did. So it's fixed. So yeah, getting really close. I think if we can import this, or merge this, I will then deploy. We can go just double check Hello Fuzz blog, still working. Yep, still good. We're on the web here. Hello Fuzz blog. I'm going to go over to FradyCat Firefox extension. This is one of my absolute favorite pieces of software that I don't use enough. I'm going to add it to Firefox. Kix Condor is one of my favorites. Allow this extension, sure. Probably didn't need to do that, but it's fine. I trust the little kitty cat. Run extension. Okay. So we will come back to this in just a moment. Our CI passes, merge it over, extract fuzz blog. So we now have a dependency, right? So we now have a dependency on fuzz blog. We removed over 500 lines of code from this project. So all these lines of code are now over in fuzz blog. That is now a reusable project that can be used in your blogs as well. If you're a SvelteKit user, I will be using it on WebDev Ladder next. So stay tuned if you want to see me use this blog software for realsies in another project. Gonna just extract, pull it down, and deploy. So I'll double check that my website still looks good. What we're gonna do next is add the whole point of doing blog software is to make feeds so that feed readers and people on the web can find you and use you in their own software. Now, I don't publish the full contents of my posts, like the plain text in my feed. Maybe I should improve that. But the problem is I am a web developer. And so my blog posts have web content on them, right? More than just HTML. I might want to embed Svelte components and other things that these feed readers just won't render. So I don't personally think it's a good practice for me to be publishing the full text of my blog posts that way, because the experience would be completely different in some cases to read them in a feed reader versus on the website itself. It's not like me just come to my website and force you over to my website so I can track you. Because if you look closely, there's zero tracking on any of my websites. I don't use anything like analytics software or anything like that. No third parties of anything, just GitHub pages serving static files. So what we're going to do now is double check. We can go double check really fast, actually, that my personal blog has deployed while I was rambling. It has. So we'll just make sure it looks good. The blog is still here. Can refresh the page. Everything seems to be, it hasn't been updated in a while. So now Fradycat, let's click the plus button, add the URL. I'm not sure if it will detect it if I don't give it the actual Atom feed URL. Let's just see. Save. Hey, look at that. Modeling virtual social spaces. So yeah, it knew, and it's a year ago. So it got the Atom feed. And so let's do this one now. So let's just do, it's because I think I declare it in a meta tag. So that's something we want to add. I think I add it to my root page. Here we go. Yep, I forgot this. Okay. So this is going to need to be documented. So we're going to add a note to ourselves. Document the meta tag. Because I was like, how did it discover my feed? It's like it wasn't magic. I declared this meta tag or a link tag on the root layout of my website. We need to do the same thing over at Fuzzblog. Okay, so here. Wait, was it in a head? It was in the head, right? Yeah, let's do this. So where's my title for Fuzzblog? So that's on the page. Let's do, let's do this. Fuzz_blog. That was a weird misspelling. Blog. Where else do I have a title? Oh, I have like titles in weird places. Obviously this is wrong. To do title suffix like that or something. Let's see here. That's different. This title. Oh, I'm getting confused. I'm in the blog layout. Yeah, I thought I had added this already. Let's do this. Take that comment as well with us. Okay. So this layout, I was looking at the blog directory layout, not the root layout. So let's collapse that so it's clearer. Okay. So just to double check my titles, this is the wrong title, obviously. Blog.fuzz.dev/blog, I guess. That is gnarly. I don't know if that makes sense actually, but it's fine. Let's just change it to, let's just get rid of it. Actually, don't need it right now. This is good because we have like the post title, but we probably want to add like other information about it, but I'm not going to worry about that now. Fuzzblog, and then, okay. So here we wanted to include the feed, and we actually already had the feed imported. So it was just like a small oversight. I'm going to restart our Svelte server. It looks like we'll probably be fine. Grow check. I'm going to publish yet another version because I made a small improvement to the post title. Grow change set. Whoa, whoops. What did I just do? Grow change set fix post blog post title, page title. Okay. That's going to update us. So I can say grow release. I should be able to say, I'm just going to grow check again. I don't think I have to, but just in case. Grow release. One last version. We actually don't need to update it here because it was pointing to my blog with that text, so it's whatever. So I won't even worry about it with all the cache busting and stuff. Actually, why not? just to make sure. So we should now see then, once this is deployed, I should be able to add it to FradyCat. I didn't even try, but I suspected it wouldn't work. Because how would it know? It might be super clever and look at some heuristics, but I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. Okay, so upgrade fuzz blog. Okay, so deploy, and then fuzz blog is deployed. Let's go look on the web, or sorry, on the repo to fuzz blog. Whoops. Go to the deploy branch. This is not working, so I failed something here. It's not type checking. So our feed, yeah, that was the bug I mentioned earlier. Not a thing to fix or worry about, really. Not a thing to fix right now. But basically, the fuzz feed in fuzz blog, when it's generating for itself, this is not correct. It's actually $lib grow gen dash check. Let's just see this. I think that's going to fail, right? Yeah, it's fine. We're going to have a type error. For now, it's not a problem at all. It doesn't do anything. We'll get to it next when I relax and rest a little bit, because this was a little bit longer than I thought. We kind of got sidetracked with the bugs, but we figured it out. Publishing, we realized always add your peer dependencies if you're using SvelteKit. Never forget your peer dependencies. That will cause problems. Read your error messages, always a good practice. So almost there. Gonna go look at my blog, make sure it's deployed correctly. Make sure that fuzz blog is deployed correctly, which it is. And now back to FradyCat. Let's add https blog.fuzz.dev and hit save. Darn. Network error? Darn. Wait. Blog.fuzz.dev. Let me just double check. That should be working. Add you. Darn. Okay. Add this to follow. It might be down. Darn. Yeah, it can't add. Let me just make sure JavaScript is running. Yeah, it did add mine. So something about the fuzz blog, it doesn't like. It and it may be because I didn't correctly set up. Yeah, it shouldn't be failing. It's giving me kind of a strange error message, but this one worked. Let's go look really fast over to fuzzblog, because I would like to get this actually fully, so you can believe it, fully working. I would expect, let me just make sure I didn't put anything in the app.html. I don't think so. Yeah, no. So in our layout, we have our Atom feed URL. So I can go look for this on the page. So let's go do that. It might be that I can't tell. I don't know. So we're gonna inspect the page, look at our head, look for the link with the. It's probably at the bottom. Yeah, there we are. So this thing right here, does this exist? Okay, I see the issue. It's /dev. How did that happen? It's not blog.fuzz. So I might have, it looks like my feed URL isn't handling a CNAME correctly. That's definitely on me. So good, we just found a bug. I'm glad FradyCat helped us find a bug. So we're mispublishing. If we look at our static blog feed, this is over in the wrong place, but here we can see this is the correct URL. Okay. Over to fuzzblog, we look at the feed. This is a nonsense URL. So I'm glad I saw that. You can see it propagated other places. And it's definitely because of something funky that I'm doing. Oh, I just mistyped it. I think that's it. I think I just mistyped it because this is not a generated file. So if I run gross sync, it just changed some files and we no longer have that nonsense. Okay, so git commit am fix blog link. Wow, Fradycat, you're the best. All right, I'm redeploying. And then we will once again look at this deploy branch to see when it's green, because that's when we know it's ready to go. So if we refresh, it's now pending. We can go to the blog and just see this was already it was already working, but the feed generation URLs were not. So our feed was just had some bad data in it. We have this blog post. It's linked from the root. We can go to it. You can actually click to get the Atom feed directly. So we can open this in VS Code. This is that raw feed from the web. You can see, did it already get updated? It might have already been updated. So let's add from Fradycat again. Can I paste it? So blog.fuzz.dev, right? Save. Yeah, hello Fuzz blog. So that was how we created blog software from scratch. Now, of course, I didn't walk through all the details of how those modules work, but I can do that in a follow-up video. I think I'll do one on my main channel, not the VOD, so you'll get to see me with a little bit more preparation where I'll walk through how this blog software is actually being generated. But thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for sticking with me all the way through. It's where I'm super tired. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.